6:30, 7 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, today is another blessing to be alive. But more importantly, I just think this is such an interesting time in the market. We said it. Will's been saying it for months. The summer is not only choppy, but it's trying times for people that over trade. Let me make sure I'm live. Make sure I'm live. And not only that, I think it is. Oh, here we go. I think it's also important to note that, like, the hell, if you're not like if you're not like developing a skill, researching on a regular basis, new projects, new products, you're gonna like burn through your wallets that you whatever money you do have in your portfolio, and then worse, you're gonna see Bitcoin trading at 130, 140 in like less than 10 months, and you're gonna feel really crazy. You're gonna feel really fucking nutty. So I know like I start kind of mentioning certain things, and sometimes people are like, what is this really happening? Yeah, you'd be surprised. The conversations I have with some of you IRL, it really blows my mind, because I'm just like, aren't you here every single day? Like, don't you see the signs? Don't you see the farms? Like, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna talk about the fact that every single uh like trading protocol I see right now is like banned on Twitter. Um, what's it called? Shout out to Melina, by the way. We got her account back. Looks like I got the juice. So you need your Twitter account back. Hit me up. It's gonna cost you though. LOL. Nah, but yo, I feel like the biggest thing right now. Anyway, my point is the biggest thing is don't get fucking chopped up, man. Don't get chopped up. If you're not a trader, if you don't like trading perps, if you're not good at it, just stay out the market and do research on stuff. I spend 3 to 5 hours a day minimum on just researching new things, connecting my wallet to stuff, farming stuff on Kato, on Cookie. Don't get me wrong, 70% of the shit's like fucking hot air. No pun intended, but I still think it's productive to spend some time doing research on the new things here in the market, right? Um, we have some guests coming through the show this week talking about new things. Most of the people that I bring on the show, 97% of the time, I'm inviting them because like they're not like, hey, can I get on your show? Like if you have to ask, low chance you're. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but for the most part, I'm reaching out to the quality and the projects that I think should get airtime. Now, there's a rare chance sometimes I get reached out to, like, hey, have you heard of us? This and that. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what's this? But, like, yeah, if I'm bringing them here, there's a huge shot, high chance that I think it's really good for the market. And aside from that, most of the time it's not sponsored. And whether it is or not, my point is, I want to kind of relay and give alpha and give out information that's not like regularly talked about. And so, yeah, that's like the biggest thing. But I think everyone's in a frenzy today, the last few days, seeing all these accounts getting banned. I want to give a round of applause to William. He's the most gullible person on this app. I think he really thinks the things that Scooter tweets are real.
Read your text
Nah, but
messages.
Scooter he be having some points. So
Nah,
I
the
get why,
dude's always capping. He's always capping.
he be having some points. It'd be kind of funny. But yeah, we'll be fucking man. Will won't respond to me for a certain text message, but then he'll get farmed into believing some shitty fucking tweet Scooter.
Look,
So
I
yeah,
don't believe anything Scooter says. I just want to make that clear
yeah,
right
right.
here on stage. All right. I
Right.
don't believe nothing that he says.
Cap. It's cap. Oh man. Yeah, so anyway, tons of cool shit going on. Getting closer and closer to reveal something that I've been working on for a really, really, really long time. I've been hinting at it for a long time. If you've attended any of the events that I've hosted, if you've ever hosted an event, if you ever even attended an event, there's going to be such just upside from all angles to want to take advantage of what I'm putting out. It's definitely a passion project, but I'm taking it very, 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 very serious. And yeah, don't worry, there's nothing to mint or anything like that. I'm just super hyped to kind of bring it out. So yeah, I'll get into that in probably later this month, really, but just want to continue to tease at it once again. But yeah, without further ado, my amazing host is here. Will's Outlook, the number one analyst on this fucking app. Don't argue with me, argue with your parents. Will, Will. How was your weekend? First of all, happy Father's Day. Hope you had a good time. How's the vibes over there, sir?
First off, not number one. I stay in my own lane. Okay.
He's number one. He's humble.
I definitely enjoy what I do, but I think there's some good traders out there. Every trader has their day, right? Every trader has their day. That's the important part here, because sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. It is what it is. That's how trading works. You can't be 100%. Um, as far as Father's Day went, I mean, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. I shot you some pictures. I don't think you took a look at that image I sent you, Profits, in the group chat.
The lamb chop. I'm jealous of the lamb chop because I ate spaghetti, not a lamb chop today. So
You said what?
it's a lamb chop, right?
Nah, it's a tomahawk steak. What the?
Oh, even better. Yeah, I didn't want to react to it because I was jealous of it. All I ate was fucking spaghetti.
I grilled up a tomahawk, threw down some asparagus, and then
This guy's in his own bull market. He already sold, guys.
made some macaroni and cheese on the stove, and then threw a little cheese on top, baked it in the oven to get a little crisp on top, and then called it a day for some lunch.
Call it a day. It is.
Yeah. So I don't want to tease people too much, But the point is the market is where it's at. I mean, look, I saw a lot of people today. Look, it's reversing back up. And what I do? It came right back down. Like these fake pumps are crazy. I'm surprised more people don't recognize them. Right? It's actually wild. How many fucking fake pumps we've seen up here at the high? Excuse my language, but I mean, look, we've been sitting up here hovering this for like, was it a month and a half now? And people are still up here swearing it's gonna turn up right here. Hot summer. It's hot outside, but I'll tell you, the market's not hot. It's definitely hot outside, but the market is not hot. And I think that's what a lot of people are not getting right now, is that the market is just kind of trading sideways. That's all it's doing. It's giving you opportunity for entries if you're looking for DCA positions. I think that's fine. I think that the issue is like people don't need to get overly hyped and overinvest right now. It's not an overinvesting market. I think people should be really careful if they're looking to put money in and flip it back out in a week or two. This isn't the market conditions for that. Unless you're leverage trading, of course, which is a lot harder for most people. I would say like 90% of the population will have a hard time leverage trading, even with this easy range to trade. You could basically take every pump out to like 110 or more and just short it at this point. And then when you get down to like 105, right now you can long it, but eventually it will break through. In my opinion, I think it's going to get down to like roughly around 92. But hey, if I end up being wrong on that, I end up being wrong on that. That's fine. Time can beat my price. That's the one thing I want to throw out there. And I think a lot of seasoned traders understand it, but newer traders never really get it. They don't understand the difference there. You give a time span, because if price doesn't reach your price by that time frame, likely it's not going to, right? There's two things that basically create support: time in a range, or high time frame supports that are previously been set out, right? You have two of those playing out here. 92K range is basically your lows all the way from basically November until February. That's your lows from November to February. Right now, we're playing on the highs of that range right now. If the market's going to come back in any big way, it's going to come back to those lows. If it breaks 100K, that's the key target here. If it can't break 100K, I'd say by August or next month even, then at that point, we'll likely stay ranging here until we get a breakout. And this will be solidified as a support range above the previous high. That's the way I would tell people to approach this. It's a very simple market that you can basically long and short in a very small frame, right? What's your small frame? Anywhere's 110 or above, you can short. Anywhere's from like 100 or so, you can long. Just make sure you have stops in place for both sides of that trade. Now, would I tell everybody, hey, go leverage trade every time you see a move? No, I would not tell people that, because most people don't know how to hold a leverage trade. They'll typically, get pulled back on a little bit and then lose their money because they'll pull out at a loss. Atypical. I mean, there's not a lot going on in crypto right now. That's where Bitcoin is. Ethereum has some heavy wicks up here at the highs. There's really nothing going on with Ethereum. This is actually crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the most insane trading range I've ever seen for Ethereum. Look at how tiny these trading ranges are. Take away the wicks and just look at the bodies. There's no trading here.
Doesn't this give you like indication that, not to mention institutions are buying, I think, more in Ethereum than they're like adding ETH more than they're adding Bitcoin to their books. So like, isn't that bullish? Am I bugging? Am I too bullish?
No, I think the discussion around them buying is it's something to think about to a degree, right? It's definitely something, and that's the only thing that keeps me buying ETH is the fact that I see them buying ETH. But you also have to understand, just like in crypto, there can be outside forces that do the same thing crypto people do. And what is that? You'll have big players with a lot of money, and they'll buy with one wallet, consistently losing to keep you buying, and they're selling with another wallet, right? And institutions could do the same thing. That's what a lot of people don't really understand in this game. Now, how can they do it? Because you'll be like, oh, no, they have to report. Of course they have to report with the company, right? But if you have somebody who's like a head who has a lot of money that works at the company and knows this information, they could be buying and selling on the back end while buying with the company money. And that's what a lot of people don't really think about. This market is more predatory than a lot of people think. Even traditional stocks and stock companies, there's so much insider trading, it's not even funny. Wall Street is basically just one big insider trading place where all the insider traders come to collaborate and discuss, information that they found out through X and X at corporate X and X. And if you think that these guys aren't paying these bigger players too to get that information ahead of time, they're definitely doing that to front run these markets. So again, I would say, with what we have going on here, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm bullish on the fact that we do see big players buying into ETH, but at the same time, you got to kind of wonder, are we getting played here? And I would argue the wicks on the tops of these candles are bigger than the wicks on the bottoms of these candles when it comes to Ethereum. And so that means heavy selling. Now, can they sustain this range through that heavy selling and eventually break out of the range? That's the important part. Time so far is on their side. I'd say give them a month or two. If they can't break out by then, it's GG. I honestly say almost 2 or 3 weeks. If they can't get some kind of breakout here, it's probably GG. Not to mention your long-time trend here underneath has basically flipped as resistance for your current trend that you're trying to break through. So you're having a lot of complications trying to get to this range due to those two factors. It's a hard one, man. This is a bull flag too, so that's bullish. But you're at the top of the range and you're continuing to resist at the top of the range. So that's another scenario that you're kind of running into here. It's a really hard tell whether we'll get a breakout here or a breakdown for ETH. I'd say though, if you do get a breakdown, you're probably looking about 2K. That's where I'd look for support. And then if you go deeper than that, let's just say lights out, right? That's basically it. You need to hold 2K range. S&P, same thing. You basically got a rounding top here. You've been rounding since basically May. For those who understand, look at the weekly. You've been rounding since May. Again, you're just gradually pushing through your highs slightly, but you're losing momentum against
what does that
the market.
mean?
So it just means basically that you're trying to push higher and you are getting higher, but each candle subsequently is getting smaller and smaller. Right? So you're getting each week or month is getting the candle body is smaller and smaller as you're going higher and higher. That tells you momentum is pushing against you. Think of it like gravity, right? You throw a ball in the air, gravity pushes down the ball depending on the force that you put it behind the baseball. will be how high it will go, and the force that it will push back down. It's the same thing with markets, right? If you try to force a move, typically you're going to have a big retrace because you're trying to force the move. Somebody's trying to force the move, or the market is trying to force this to be a breakout, but we still haven't achieved all-time high yet, or even tried to do any type of price discovery here. So it's a really difficult call here. I think it's gap fill before breakout, personally, and gap fill is 5,700. So people take with that what they will. Sui's another one, looking pretty good. It's again, I would argue bull flag, right?
You gotta mute something.
No. What's that?
You gotta mute something.
Mute what?
No, I think it was me. It was me. I had to switch devices. We should be better now.
No, we're not actually.
Is there feedback?
Yeah, it is profits. Oh, yeah, mute yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was profits. Yeah, if you look here, you basically, you're kind of running a bull here, bull flag. I think the gradual drawdown's not too bad right now.
Hold on. I don't want to exit the space and then it rubs us. Give me a second.
I can mute mine in the space profits. You can just run it through your mic if you want.
Hold on. Go ahead.
But yeah, you got a bull flag here on Sui, looking okay. One stock that I did give you guys at $62, right? $62 is absolutely killing it right now, and that's Estee Lauder. I mean, I gave this to you guys pretty low. You could have took all side positions on it. You're up basically 20% as we speak right now, and I really think it. Now here's the trick to this one, right? Here's the trick. You have to flip 75. If you flip 75, this thing runs. It absolutely runs. That's your high resistance. You can basically take this thing all the way up to like 108 from 75 and possibly all the way up to like 150. If you don't flip 75, this becomes resistance, but at the same time, I think you'll range. I don't think you'll go much deeper than this based on the RSI and stochastic, not a feeling or any other bullshit that people typically come up with. So that's my thoughts on that one. I think this is one of the best looking stocks out there right now. Personally, I don't know why Estee Lauder looks good, but it just does. As far as stock, the way the stock is set up right now on the RSI, and you got the ramping up volume, you got a lot of things kind of playing out here that are telling me that this thing could definitely do a big run. I saw the same thing originally with Carvana, and I mean, I caught Carvana at almost the bottom of the move. And if you go look at Carvana's chart, that thing was a monster. I think just not enough people understood it. Here's Meta, which I think ideally this same move that we saw on Meta is something similar to what we're seeing right now on Estee Lauder to the downside. And then again, if you just look at RSI, stochastic, your bottom, the RSI is starting to peak up. Stochastic starting to peak up. It's looking pretty good. So that's my thoughts overall.
Will, do you know who Heather Razzle-Khan Morgan is?
Who?
Oh my fucking God. Why do you even ask these questions?
What's up?
Razzle-Khan here, and I'm about to go to prison. I'm going to be gone for just a little bit. I'll see you soon. I know you're going to miss me. I'll miss you, but I just wanted to say a few things while I'm gone. One, the Zero Fuck Sats are now available. My homie who made the brand is collaborating with me to release some special collaboration Razzle-Khan swag. The link is in my profile. I'll post more info about this, but make sure to get them. It's the same stuff from Versace Bedouin, aka Crocodile.
So I watched the documentary yesterday, and if anybody remembers the Bifinex hack that occurred, I think it was 2016. Yeah, 2016. It ended up being 5 billion in Bitcoin that this individual and her spouse, Ilya, were able to take. They were able to take, and for 5 years, it took the government and the FBI 5 years to crack their electronics and pretty much find the keys to the Bitcoin wallets. And for years, they were like, she had like a like a sales, marketing business where they'd like whip up companies and make fake invoices and then pretty much pay 6 figures in invoices and shit like that. Pretty wild. So she was sentenced to 18 months in jail. I think she went in a few months ago, and then house arrest, 12 months of house arrest while he's doing, I think, 7 years. The shit was, I don't know, it blew my fucking mind. I was so stuck. I was so stuck on the documentary. I'm like, I feel like I see this girl at a fucking Web3 event before. They're the most like not flashy people ever, and it's just wild how they were able to, I guess get away with it for so long. Just I don't know, pretty mind blowing. We have a lot of topics to go into today. I will say this: don't click anything in your emails, especially that comes from X. Always read the email. It looks really real. This shit looks really, 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 really real. And so naturally, we're like, oh, we want to protect our account. Always check the email first. And while I have your attention, if you want to participate in today's giveaway, I'm giving away 1 Solana, meaning there's a few winners that have the opportunity to win. You must like, comment, repost the space and or the stream. And if you have a Beezy account, you have a way better chance of winning. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Will, go ahead. Why do you have your fucking hand up?
No, I was just going to let you finish this off. I will say this. What I do when I click any links is I usually use my iPhone because you're not hacking an iPhone typically. So if you use your iPhone and click the link and it's some kind of jumble bullshit, you can pretty much just shut it down immediately because you can close the page pretty easily through an iPhone. But if you do it on your computer, it's a good way to get hacked.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is even deeper than that, but yeah, for sure. Nico, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Happy Monday, Nico.
Hi, happy Monday. So, a couple of things I want to get into, but first, okay, I wanted to complain real quick. I was clicking on links, and it's Melina's fault. She DM'd me with some crazy links, and I clicked on them, and I lost a whole 32 cents in one of my wallets. And the other one that I wanted to complain about was Will. I fucking took out $1 billion loan when you were talking about Bitcoin topping out, and it's all your fault, and I want my money back. So you got to figure that part out, dude.
You took out a long or you took out a short?
That leads me to my next segment. If you want to pay attention to the screen real quick, we have the founder of Cardano letting you know that they are officially making a stable reserve. Let's hear what he has to say, ladies and gentlemen.
That it will not materially impact Cardano by doing a conversion of 5 to 10% of the treasury into stable assets and assets like Bitcoin. And in doing this, we can create a yield, and that yield on an annual basis can be used to purchase ADA and over time replenish the treasury. And if this program is successful, then we can actually continue that strategy on an annualized basis, and over a period of 5 to 10 years, potentially grow to $1 billion plus stablecoin treasury and Bitcoin treasury to augment and enhance the ADA value in the treasury that we have. This sets us up for great returns and for a pretty stable floor for the ecosystem as a whole, like you would want in any good sovereign wealth fund. I do believe that it will.
Hey, what do you think of that, Will?
I don't know anymore, man. I don't understand it. Why would you not just buy Bitcoin then?
That's literally what 95% of the comments say. And I'm just so taken back by Coin Bureau because they're like, they just promoted it the way they promoted it, like, holy fucking fuck, dude. I met the Hoskinson dude. I have no emotions towards nothing. He's just a normal dude that wears Hawaiian shirts at these events. But my thing is, like, your coin is number 11 on the chart, like top 10, top 11 coin. And now you're saying you're going to put the treasury in Bitcoin.
I mean, it sounds kind of like what Luna did, except Luna collapsed.
Correct. That's exactly what I thought too. But there was no playoff of...
So I think that he's talking more about the stablecoin position of it. He's going to try and, I don't know exactly what he was talking about in that, but there was stablecoins involved in all that. And
I mean, Yeah, there's stablecoins, but he's talking about using Bitcoin to back Cardano.
Yeah, but he also said stable coins too. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's gonna build a stablecoin treasury.
Yeah, it's so weird. So I think that they're gonna try. I really think interest rates are gonna run rampant, and interest on fucking stable coins is gonna be huge in the next 10 years. Like, just because I really feel like there's gonna be stablecoin legislation in the next year or two, and they're gonna it's just gonna lead to more money printing.
Okay, so let me ask a question. At the first, we'll say 17 was DeFi, right? Whatever.
Mhm.
We'll say 2021 was mainly fundamentals, some memes. We'll say 2024, 2025 has been mainly memes.
Mhm.
What can they possibly come up with for next cycle if all these things are dead subjects?
I think Casino Fi goes up. Oh, I'm on mute.
It already got played. It already
No,
got
I
played.
think, no, but there's more. The number one thing I see people launching and getting funding for is casino shit. So I think that still has a run more.
Yeah, but we thought that about fundamentals from 2021, and none of them caught a bid this cycle.
So you guys know that the Pump Fund founder got arrested here not too long ago, like 2 or 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it's only bad for Solana. Don't worry.
Was that real or was that a farm tweet? Did you look into that?
It was DB. Usually their stuff is real. So
now what, profits? Now what?
But why would the website still be up if he got arrested for the pump fund though?
Because the website might be done somewhere else. But
yeah, it might also be decentralized or a foreign company.
They also fucking what do you call it?
I'm not believing anything fucking Scooter says. Fuck you, Will.
Hold on. But what do you call it? They arrested that kid also that had Polymarket. They arrested him here. He got out. So it could be one of those situations too. You know? But
I can tell you what it is, Nico.
Who posted that? Who posted that? So I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, but Will, over the weekend, CoffeeZilla put out 2 videos, right? One was with the cut version of the interview with Sahil, and the other one was the full version of the full version with Sahil. And on the full version, Sahil talks about him DMing Elon, the founder of Pump Fund, and he knew about all these celebrity rugs. Not only did he know, he was kind of like cheering him on. He was like, "How are you getting all these people to launch pump funds and all that stuff?" Like, it was a really wild video. I watched both of them.
Yeah, it's volume for his pockets, of course. That makes sense.
But he got implicated in all that, and then all of a sudden today he's getting arrested. I'm like, okay, somebody watched something and something happened.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he's not going to get arrested for that stuff. What I think it is personally is I think that, and I've seen the content on there. There's some illegal content on Pump Fund.
You said illegal?
Yeah, like a legit illegal. Like, just turn on the NSFW stuff on Pump Fund. You'll see some really crazy shit, and it's not normal. So that's why they have like a censor bar on there, right, to allow you to have the further direction on there. And I'm telling you, like they're probably getting hit for some stuff that's probably illegal. That's what I think. And I don't know if he'll get in trouble for it.
That makes sense.
Likely he can probably get out of it and just like censor that shit. But then again, it becomes centralized up.
That makes sense. Hold on, I was looking for something to pin to the top. What's up, Melina? You want to talk? How you feel?
Yes, I really do. I feel like they.
Yeah, we gotta make sure it's you, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. One of my clients was like, "Go find a newspaper of today's date and take a selfie." I was like, "A newspaper? I haven't seen those in a long time." Yeah, this was like the scariest 24 hours of my life. Yeah, I clicked a link yesterday. You know, Will, apart from trying to touch grass, I was like, "Oh, let me check my emails." I should have just stuck to touching grass. Done. And yeah, I can't thank everyone like who helped me. Profits also just stayed on the phone with me while I was just like shocked. Like, what? And it all happened so fast too. They just like quickly went into my X, changed the email, changed the 2FA. It's crazy how like you could have a blue check mark and they can easily just.
Did they launch any pump? Did they launch any shitcoins on your profile?
Oh yeah. They like took my so the accounts I had in my bio, they were like, we're launching this with this company. It was like, what? So all my delegated accounts with my clients, they were all like freaking out. I was like, I'm so sorry and happy Father's Day. Yeah, that was literally my day yesterday. I'm smiling now, but let me tell you, I was still freaking out like 2 hours ago. So it's crazy because you realize how, and we've talked about this, Will and Profits, on the live stream. It's like, as much as we're trying to go on different apps, we know that being on X, like, this is where a lot of us are getting deals and deal flow and, you know, working with companies and whatnot. So just, I saw my whole 5 years flash in front of my eyes yesterday, just freaking out about potentially losing this account and never being able to get it again. So
I told you. What did I tell you?
You told me I was going to get it back. A lot of people were, but I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was freaking out.
It's all right. It happens.
Yeah, but thanks, Profits.
No, you're welcome. I hope you remember this.
I do. I
hope
will.
you remember this. No, I'm kidding. I'm glad you got it back. Absolutely glad you got it back. So it's safe to say.
Look into a YubiKey.
It's safe to say. It's safe to say that the trenches on, at least on Solana, are over. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's over. It's over. It's been over for a while, but now it's becoming more obvious. And it's not necessarily because Pump Fund. It's just very fucking obvious. I'm talking about there's too many of the same thing, and then there's the same money recycled over and over and over and over. Like somebody with a real 6-7 figure bankroll, they're not launching their money into coins all day long because it's not really smart, nor is it a good business like idea, like, or profitable. So I think I'm gonna go to Cato real quick. I want to know. I feel like there's just so much other opportunity, and like you could launch an app. You could launch an app that has no fucking anything crazy exciting, but I just think you're better off spending your time on that. I don't think it's a coincidence why all these similar accounts got banned. I think there's a huge connection that's bigger than we can see. I don't know. Maybe Elon's launching his own and he wanted to nuke the competition. Not sure.
It's weird because it wasn't just Elon, it wasn't just Pump Fund. Like
yeah,
there were a lot of accounts got smoked.
There was a lot of accounts.
Yeah, like a ton.
To Pump Fund. That's the thing. But you know what? It looks like the person that originally put out the tweet deleted it.
They originally put out what tweet?
The tweet that Elon got arrested.
Yeah, because it's probably fake.
You got the info from Scooter.
It's tier 10, tier 10K. They were the ones that put it out. And then
the person you got the info. That's who Scooter is.
Well, he still has the tweet up, but the original account doesn't have the tweet up still.
Yeah.
I want to know why are people still here on Twitter? Like, why are you still here? Like, comment below if you don't want to come up. Like, why are you still logging into Twitter? Crypto Twitter at that. That's what I'm.
Be entertained.
It's an interesting day for sure. I feel like everybody got banned, which makes it better for me. Thank you, everybody who got banned. But
because no one from crypto is on LinkedIn, for crying out loud.
No. Well, they'll censor you on LinkedIn. You try and talk about crypto on there.
I'm trying. They haven't censored me yet. It's good.
They haven't censored you yet. They haven't found you yet. Wait till they find you.
I'm not like a hardcore shiller though, so maybe I need to
Okay,
stop.
that makes sense.
Yo, I was gonna say, thanks for pulling me up. I feel like people are still here because this is where, if you really want to know about crypto, there's spaces like this. You know what I mean? There's not really another platform that has, I don't know, the access, the ease to get the information, and then the people still, right? Since there are still communities here, it's just pretty easy for people to come here and kind of, you know, keep doing what we do. Because look, if we just say, we're going to get out of here, where else do we go? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are we going to go?
That's a real.
Yeah, exactly.
Real shit.
I was like checking my TikTok. I was like, these people aren't gonna help me get my X account back.
That's great. You know what? I almost got fucked by your the thing too, because I got the message. I'm like, I don't know, the way you sent it was just weird. And then I was browsing and I saw Prophet say, "Do not engage." I'm like, all right, I'm waiting until the space to see. So
yeah.
You know what the funny thing is that they were smart about it with the DMs, because they were sending the Arch link in the DMs.
Totally.
Yeah. And because you have the Arch badge, and then everything else on her timeline was that Goko Art. I forgot what the fuck it was called, but yeah, they were definitely smart about it with the way they did it.
Yeah. They took like the two. So they took the company that gave me a badge. They basically took the two accounts in my profile. And started creating like tickers with them saying, yeah, we're launching this right now. And like, man, I had to go in the Discords and be like, this is not true. Yeah, it's crazy. And I also think like what actually saves me too was having the badge. That's what people said. Like it kind of puts you on the priority list of getting your account back. Yeah, it's just crazy. We're so vulnerable. And like my vulnerability was that this happened to me 6 months ago, where X actually emailed me saying someone had reported one of my tweets, and in order to like contest it or whatever, you had to sign in, and like it worked. It was really like Twitter and whatnot. Yeah, this really happens. Like if people are assholes and want to report your shit, this is what happens, right? And so I kind of, I guess, thought it was that. Anyway, you know, obviously shoulda, woulda, coulda. I thought it was like the same thing, but yeah, check the emails. I think Will's right though. Like if I would have done it on my iPhone, that's what everyone's telling me too. Like probably wouldn't even have the website wouldn't have worked because it looked like Twitter. It really looked like Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is with at least Apple is you can't do the masked freaking webpage shit, right? They won't let you. So it's completely different on phone than what it is on your computer. So on your computer, it's easier to mask and hide, especially Windows. Even MacBook, but Windows even more. And then I always use my phone to open anything, and then like it'll pop up and try to take shit, but you can instantly just like upslide the window and it'll just shut down whatever it was doing. It'll have no chance of taking over.
I actually tell people to put their wallets on like an old iPhone, because and just not
connected to the internet.
Yeah, like if you have to connect whatever.
You might as well just get a ledger though at that point. I'm just saying.
But no, the ledgers are more hackable.
Not if it's sitting in your vault, not connected to the internet.
Hold on, the ledgers? No. The ledgers, the physical hardware is actually hackable. Forget about the whole connecting to the internet or not. You can connect your phone through Bluetooth anyway, I believe, but the ledgers, the physical, like there's a way to physically get your keys and everything out of
if they can physically get your ledger, yes.
Yeah, but they can't hack your iPhone. Like it's almost impossible for them to hack your iPhone. I don't know if you remember, but 10 years ago there was something that happened, and the FBI needed access.
They told the FBI they can't hack it either. They said they don't have a back door. That's what they told them.
Exactly. So, like, I don't know a different way for it to be safer or not. You know,
it's just phone. Phone would be the safest way. Also, you know, if you're sitting on a 7-fig plus, you know, position, I would say, you know, ledger in a safety deposit is not a bad idea. I know people are big against safety deposit because it's government, but it's safer there than it is at your house and somebody coming in and trying to physically take it.
So, I actually met someone in the cab, and her husband ran a hedge fund, and trust me, he did, because I know her neighbor. I did work for her neighbor. What do you call it? He ended up probably hitting a link, but it was a MetaMask, and he got a couple of $1 million stolen out of that wallet.
Wow, that's crazy.
What is this ape chain fiasco stuff we got here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I'm sharing my screen. Will, fuck you.
Will, I have to share with you. I went to see my accountant earlier today, and he's like, "Okay, this crypto stuff." He's like, "So I put 15K in Shiba Inu. What do you think's gonna happen?" I was like, "Shiba Inu?
What?
Take me back."
What the?
True story.
Tell that dude to buy some fucking fart coin.
He talked. Oh my god, he mentioned fart. He's like, "What about that fart coin?"
Did you tell him to just use it for tax loss harvesting?
That is the way.
Crazy.
That is the way.
Crazy. I'm like, why wouldn't you buy Bitcoin? He's like, nah, but Shiba Inu, that's the one he's going for. Like, so crazy where they get their info.
They still have maxis. There's still Shiba Inu maxis out there. They came out with like an L2 and some other stuff. I don't remember.
That's
anyway,
crazy.
He took me back, man.
Some of those old communities are still active though. Like there's a few telegrams that I was in like last bull run, and there's still a few of the same fucking people there, like with hopes and dreams and
Talking every day.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I
cult followings. Like at that point.
I check in every once in a while on some of my cult following pics of last cycle, just because it's funny to watch them in the chat, sit there and talk about how this is the time to bid every single day.
Every day.
Every day.
And they sit in there and talk about how they just put their next paycheck in there, and I'm just like, Jesus, how many paychecks are you gonna put in that? I mean, it's dedication, but
I know.
What do you guys think about the Doge cult following? That one is, I don't know what to say.
Which one?
Dogecoin.
Look, Dogecoin is
not going anywhere.
I don't even know, man. Look,
That's a crazy cult. A really crazy.
Yeah. I told my accountant too. I said, look, Dogecoin. I mentioned Bonk. Like they all know the old ones, right? Like it's so funny. But he did mention Fartcoin. I think it's hard because he was like, okay, so which one do I roll it into? I was like, it's not really like that. It's how you're rolling it into But I don't know if these old ones are going to come back. I mean, people, like, if you think about it, everybody else is going to be like, I remember about Doge. I remember hearing about Shiba, right? So maybe they'll buy it. I don't know.
I don't know if anybody next cycle will say I remember Fartcoin. I don't know if that'll be a thing.
No, Fartcoin, maybe not.
We will always remember Fartcoin. I mean, how do you forget it with that name, right?
Yeah,
well,
it went over $1 billion. It broke certain thresholds.
Yeah, a lot of these had like double pumps. That's what a lot of people don't get. Even think about like SPX 6900, right? It just had a new run up, just broke its all-time high. A lot of people are hoping to God that it can go higher because they bought that top. And the reality is, a lot of this is just going to be like a wave. It's going to go up, it's going to come back down, it's going to go right back up to where it was at. It's going to go back down again. That's the way I'm seeing a lot of this stuff going right now. It's just summer is just never bid summers on anything. You can bid towards the end of summer, but everybody's spending their money through the summer. They're not investing; they're spending.
I agree. No, I agree. Will, I agree.
Bro, I'm going to Puerto Rico.
I'm not getting on the stream because I don't look cute today.
You're muted, Profits.
You thought you could just get on the stream whenever you want, Melina? Crazy.
I wasn't sure. He was like, "Where's Profit? She left the stream."
we want to see the crazy hair. All right.
Yeah, we want to see it.
My eyes.
I look crazy.
Cray-cray.
I look crazy.
My eyes are cray-cray. I'm a bit cross-eyed today.
One eye's looking to the left, one's looking straight. Because you're so
Yo,
upset
the
about what
refresh
happened.
on my emails, the refresh and the Telegram all day. I was like, refresh that shit.
Wow. Wow.
It's crazy.
wow.
Like I told Profits, it's like you don't realize your account, you know, not because you got to go back and start from scratch again, but you just don't realize the DMs, the people. Like it's like now I almost feel like I'm gonna have to go and maybe set up a spreadsheet and have people's ats and their, you know, their info, because it was so hard to find people's accounts.
Yeah.
Like what the hell's what's his at again? Like, okay, well, he calls himself this, but what's his Twitter handle? And like, you know what I mean? It was so hard to find people again and to get back into the crypto Twitter sphere. Because if you sign up on Twitter again, you're going back into like sports and like it's all basic Twitter stuff, right?
Yep.
Anyway, I digress. I'm tired of talking about this shit.
No, you're good. I'm the GOAT, Melino. One day you're gonna realize it. One day you're gonna So shout out to the homies at Netty Worth. They are giving away an other deed on Friday. So I just pinned it up to the top. Make sure you check that out. I actually have the founder coming through tomorrow. He's also Dominican. Que lo que, let's fucking go. He's gonna come through, talk about that. I think I don't know. Will's probably not. I know Will likes to hold all his coins and he doesn't like DeFi, but DeFi changed my fucking life. In the sense of like having more ability to buy crypto, having more liquidity for in exposure. I definitely got lucky on things like the Luna crash. I mean, I say lucky, and then I also say not so lucky because I did lose a lot of money. However, when I say lucky, I'm saying overall, you know, I had ETH, I had Ava and things like that staked. So that's what saved me when that happened. But my point is DeFi overall, if you know how to like lend, if you know how to like put your collateral up to work for you, I put up ordinals. You know, if you actually know how to trade, if you actually know how to use your capital properly, it can be a benefit, right? I'm definitely saying do your research on things, but I'm bullish on stuff. And also pretty much just more tools for us to kind of utilize. There's tons of times where I don't want to sell my Bitcoin or I don't want to sell my ETH or any other asset I may have. And I can lend it out. You know, I could lend it. I don't recommend it if you're a fucking degenerate and you just blow through your money and all that. I don't recommend that. Do not recommend that. However, if you're responsible and have some sort of like ceiling, if you will, then yes, definitely think it's good to jump into. We're in the Web 4. We're officially in Web fucking 4. How do I know? Gary Vee said this specifically because of AI and all these fucking VTubers and oh my god, it's really fucking insane. It's actually really funny. I feel like I should be generating a new one. If you go, there's a Barbie one on Instagram. It's like viral. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure Italian Stallion is definitely knows what I'm talking about here. I think this is like you know, without, I don't want to sound rude. We're not pimping out AIs here, but I'm definitely going to generate 2 or 3 AIs that are like influencer models. Like the incels are eating it up. They're getting the views. They're eating it up. There's so much opportunity right now. I'm baffled. I'm baffled.
Wait, are you going to make a fake account like what happened earlier today?
What do you mean?
Like an AI account, being you are a chick, so whatever. But
no, I'm gonna make another account of a full AI, and no one's gonna realize it's an AI. They're just gonna engage with it, the same way you guys are doing it on Instagram. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not a big DeFi person. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know you do. The thing is, you're so black and white and like old school, which I love. Because it keeps me grounded when I have conversations with you. But I don't think that's bad. I just think you don't trust things, which is fine, which makes sense. Like it's crypto. We shouldn't trust anything.
Yeah, I have trust issues for sure in there.
That's why I'm glad. Like I'm excited to have the convo tomorrow. I'm not even gonna act like I'm an expert. He's gonna, you know, he'll speak more high level on it. But I think what made me even pay attention was the fact that it's been being built for a long time now. I think Gandhi's is biggest competitive, and they do like multiple millions in TVL. But think about it. You have X copies, punks, you know, Jack Butcher stuff, whatever. Like I'm not trying to sell that shit. I'm trying to, you know, collateralize it if I can. I don't know. Everybody has different opinions on that for sure, but I think I'm definitely not gambling. I'm not gambling in the casino. Nothing wrong with the slots, but I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that. You live in Vegas, Will. Do you go gamble at all? Do you get the itch? Do you ever get the itch to gamble?
Nope. Look, I gambled one time since I've been out here. I lost all my money. I'm done with it.
How much did you go with?
I think it was like 5 G's. I kept playing slots till I was at 0.
Wow, you see,
$5,000,
like $5,000. Like, who the fuck does that? Like,
I was max bidding though too. I was, I wasn't doing like the small ones that everybody does.
You're asking for it by playing the slots the entire time. Like, even though slots are the best odds to win in the casino, believe it or not, it's just boring and you're killing yourself doing it.
I'll be honest, I didn't really have any intentions of winning when I went in there. I was just kind of like, I guess, spending time at the moment while I was down there.
You know how to play Hold'em?
Look, I know how to play cards, but cards are usually not in your favor. That's kind of the other scenario too. So I feel like cards can be manipulated much more than something like slots, personally.
So it depends what you're playing, but they're not going to.
And it depends on the house you go to, right? Some casinos actually are cheating.
In Texas Hold'em, you're actually playing other players, so the house has nothing to do with it. What they're making money off of the time. But in blackjack, yes, the house. What they've done to keep people off of card counting is they made it 9 decks. I believe now it's 9 because when I used to play, it was like 6 or 7. But now I think it's 9, so that people can. And they cut. What they end up doing also is they cut the decks early. Like they specifically put the red card to stop at probably at 4 decks. You know, so that it's extremely hard to count what's going on at that point, because more than half the cards you're never going to not more than half the cards, but about 40% of the cards you're never going to go through them. So. Yeah, it's they do dirty tricks. The other one is craps. Obviously, the house always wins in that one, but that's another one where you have high odds of winning too. And roulette is like the worst of the worst because everybody thinks it's 36-1, but it's actually like 36-1, and then the whole 0 and 00 actually they only pay out 36-1, but the 0 and 00 throws everything off kind of, so it's not what people think it is.
Yeah, I just look at it like this. I try to keep my gambling to a limit. I do enough gambling in crypto to where I shouldn't need to gamble on top of that gambling.
Yeah.
And
last time I've been to Atlantic City was a couple of years ago. So whatever. But I'm just saying, it's not. It's all math. It's all the probability, all that stuff.
Vegas is a good city for access. That's the way I look at it. It's either you're going to live in some place like Vegas, New York, California, Florida. You get access to everything. Right, it's all around the clock type shit, and that's why I moved out here. And really, there's a lot of people I know from California that moved to Vegas, and this is just it's a much more accessible city, and really, you can live the same lifestyle you live here as what you would in California outside of weather. Obviously, way the hell hotter, but same lifestyle for much cheaper.
You're telling me you're not staying in LA to go to any content houses?
LA? No, hell no. I used to work in LA. That place is horrible, man. Like, I go one city block, it's like 30 to 45 minutes.
I don't think he gets it. You're telling me you don't want to be a part of anybody's content house, Will. What if they paid you?
Look, I ain't trying to be part of nobody's content house.
What if they want to do your hair?
Look, they pay me close to 7 figures. We can talk about it, right?
Woo! There is his number.
Right? A month.
There's his number.
Yo, you're gonna be living.
Everybody's got a number. All right, everybody has a number. I don't care who you are. It's just how do you value it.
They're gonna renting a $40 million home, dude, and a fucking.
I don't care how much the home's worth, bro. It ain't my home, so why would I care?
Speaking of home, my friend Malik is here. Hi, Malik.
What up?
How you been, brother?
Good,
Been a
man.
minute.
Feels like forever since I've been on Spaces.
Dude, I know you fucking like retired, nigga. Like it's the one space I would look forward to.
Rugged. Bunny rugged. I don't know what to tell you.
That's crazy. Well,
he got sick. He got like a crazy ear infection. He like was gonna have to get surgery and shit. He was like legitimately deaf, like straight up deaf for like weeks.
Oh no!
And that's when we stopped doing it. And then I think he just got comfy not doing them. And now like Ashley and I are bummed as fuck. So I don't know, dude. This is like the first time I've spoken on Space legitimately in a month.
Well, let me know if you need a filler, man. I'll play good co-host. I think that'd be a hitter. That'd be a hitter right there.
I think I'd rather just come and hang out on your space. The timing's better. I don't gotta be fucking up all fucking late at night. I'll just come and hang out with you guys.
Yeah, I've been kind of running it a little later than normal, really, because Will. But no, I definitely think during the day it's like I'm just trying to stay locked in, as be as productive as possible, and then like around 6-7 o'clock at night, like it's a nice vibe. You got some good things to talk about, full shit that happened during the day, and then so I think it's good. You definitely can come whenever you want.
You going to Vegas for Ape Fest? You guys were talking about Vegas.
Yeah. I'll definitely be there. I'm actually trying to limit my Vegas trips this year. I've already fucking been twice, but yeah, I'll be there for Ape Fest.
I'll be in Vegas too.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, Will, we know you're going to be in Vegas. You're coming to Ape Fest with us.
We're
going to
I kind of live here, but
We're going to, Malik, he was disappointed by the youth, so we got to ape pill him and get him into a real community, a real club.
I still got my youths, man.
We know you do, Will. We know you do. You never let us not know you have the fucking youths still, brother. We know you have them.
Yeah, but it's like his form of penance, right? It's like his fucking scarlet letter that he has to carry around. He's like, I still have a youth. All right, dude. We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
Did you see anything about? I know Malik is some form of a lawyer. I don't want to like downplay it, but did you look into anything with the pump fund stuff? Is that crap? I don't know if you checked anything out.
Yeah, I haven't like deep dove into it, but obviously it's like all anyone's been talking about on the timeline.
Yeah.
But did they get an answer as to why exactly? Like, is there like an official reason?
I don't see one. And in my opinion, I think I don't know if it's a law that passed or if this is just a fucking coincidence. People are trying to say, it only takes a few $100s to nuke an account. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I don't believe that somebody was able to nuke all these specific accounts. I don't know. I don't really believe that. I don't think that's what it is. I think there's some sort of ban coming to Twitter. And
what else got nuked? What else got nuked besides Pump Fund?
GMGN, Bullex, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot. I saw at least 5 or 6 100K accounts get nuked.
So
those are people.
This shit's targeted.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
It's really easy. So look at who didn't get nuked and start pointing fingers there, right? So like Bonbon, Actium, fucking.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Hold on, that's actually a good point.
Who didn't get nuked? One of those motherfuckers is behind it.
It's actually not a bad point.
Process of elimination, guys. Come on.
We'll just add X and then put their name on it.
So I pinned it up to the top. There's a class action lawsuit starting against Pump Fund.
The Berwick law shit?
That Berwick clown?
Bro, fuck them.
That's a fucking clown.
Dude, they launched the coin too. I don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah. Right,
yeah.
Malik?
They did. They launched one as they claimed it was for like, I don't know, research or whatever as part of like their,
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's always research.
To like how the whole thing works or whatever. But yeah. That's like, I don't know, that's like a lawyer, doing a fucking bunch of blow and be like, well, Your Honor, I had to get inside my client's shoes to understand his state of mind at the moment, so I just had to do all these drugs. Like, doesn't excuse it. Also, the guy's a fucking clown. I watched him. God, one of the most painful experiences I had was watching fucking Dancing Eddie interview this guy, and it was Holy fuck!
That makes sense. That he would interview that.
Having on, like, they should have that fucking interview on loop in like Guantanamo Bay and like fucking like torturing motherfuckers with that, because good lord, that was painful to listen to.
Dude.
But yeah, the guy's a joke. The guy's a joke.
So basically, what Malik just taught me is that the police don't actually test the meth when they confiscate it. That's what he just
they
taught
don't
me.
test it the way that you would test it. That's the difference. That's the difference. But yeah, no man. But the Berwick guy, I got my theory on what he's doing. He's just trying to like carve out his little niche. It's like the fucking fake it till you make it. It's like, we see this shit in Web3 all the time. The guy who's just like, I'm gonna be the this maxi, I'm gonna be the fucking champion of whatever, and just like start yelling it on the timeline and fucking acting like it. And then all of a sudden people start believing, that it's true, and then it kind of like becomes reality. But as far as I know, these guys haven't won a single fucking lawsuit. Right? These guys, their lawsuit, I read the lawsuit against Meteora and Hayden Davis and, for the Libra and all that shit. An absolute joke, right? Like, you talk about a guy who wants to be Mr. Web3 plugged in, whatever, and like what they were quoting, like their entire theory of the case was based on basically a Gary Gensler reading of the law and interpretation of fucking securities. So it's like, he's not one of us. He wants to fucking people to believe he is. He is not one of us. The dude's like a bottom feeder and a fucking Web3 ambulance chaser. He'll fucking, get some of these cases to get publicity. And then what they'll do is, if he ever actually lands, by the way, certifying a class action, which I've done it once back in my fucking litigation days. This shit is no easy task. And you have to go through an entire process of actually getting a class certified. That in and of itself is like a whole case before you even start the case.
And you got to find the victims, right?
Certified. Yeah, it hasn't been certified. So it's like,
so he's LARPing.
He's LARPing, and what he's going to do is, because there's big business in this shit, right? There is value in being the first to strike, the first to file. So what he's doing is going out there, he's filing all these cases, because then the real law firms, the big boys, are going to come in, and what do? They buy out the case. So like, you can literally go and start, if you're the first one to file a class action lawsuit against fucking Nike's giving people cancer with their fucking socks, right? And you're the first one to file, and you get out ahead of it, and you've got plaintiffs coming over to you. Well, guess what? Then you turn around and you go to the gigantic law firms and say, hey, I'll fucking sell you this case. I'll sell you 80% of this case. I keep 20. You run it. You do all the work. You use your lawyers. And then you sit back and chill. And that's my theory of what he's actually trying to do.
That sounds like debt collector sellers.
Bro, the guys, instead of flipping JPEGs, he's flipping fucking lawsuits.
But that's a regular thing. And honestly, I think most lawyers, I would say something about 60 or 70% are snake oil salesmen anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get the sale, if you get the initial sale, right, like the plaintiff to sign on, even if you can't actually handle it, and like especially the people who don't know any better, because like sophisticated plaintiffs are never going to go to some fucking tiny firm, right, when it's a huge case. But like Web3 idiot degens, yeah, they're just going to go to the one guy they think is like the Web3 lawyer. And that's like, he's already won half the battle. Now he's got the clients. And if he has a case that can survive like the first fucking motion to dismiss, right, the first summary judgment action, and the case is alive, even if he can't actually win it himself and he can't fund it, he'll go sell it to somebody else and they'll pay him a fucking bag. So that's the business side of law that people outside of law don't know about.
I don't know. I don't know. I think people like Eddie are going to be on the other side of the reason why a lot of you in these group chats get found out about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I've seen enough.
Are you trying to say he's a rat?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm
like, no, I don't know. What, like, people think like, oh, I feel bad. He gets tormented in the timeline. He does it to himself. Like, he likes it. Like, he likes the attention, and then he gets thrown in chats. You know, it's like a
Profits. I mean? We're in some of the same group chats, and like, you know what I'm talking about. And he loves it. He like encourages it. You know what I mean?
It's weird, you know, like
it depends. it depends, because I've seen him, like, there was one group chat that I was in with him. He came in for like a half an hour, said something really stupid, was kind of hitting on a girl. And one of the other girls said that he made them a little uncomfortable and to apologize. And he just left, like, literally.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird with him. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a rat, but at the same time, I just think he's just young and stupid.
I think a lot of people tend to forget that they're dealing with people on the internet.
Yeah.
And people on the internet are very freaking weird. And a lot of them are even more weird on the internet than they are in real life, even.
So I feel like the younger generation is, like, in general, like, because they don't know a time without the internet.
Yeah. Facts. Real fast. If you're gonna be in New York at the end of this month, I will be there. I'll be attending Permissionless and a few side events. Exposed Media will be represented at a few side events. A lot of dope stuff. Finalizing some things, so I should be able to make the announcement tomorrow of like where we're gonna be representing at and where we're gonna be, because you're gonna want to pull up. I'm definitely doing an IRL stream. Will be proud. Will be my number one subber on the stream. And if he's not, I'm just gonna have to send him my credit card. LOL. No, but yeah, so I'll be walking around with somebody following me and being really cringe. Don't ask questions, none of that. Your girl needs to pop off. We need to go to the next level. So I'm getting cringy. I'm about to start putting out some real cringe content. Be fucking ready for the I'll drop an album before I ever do cringe content, all right? Malik, I want to know, Malik, are you entering any content houses, sir? Are you applying for any content houses, Mr. Malik?
No, I just represent the guys who apply for the content houses, and I make money off of them being fucking cringe. It's great. I don't have to do shit. That's what
you don't want to live in somebody else's mansion?
I'm a grown ass man with 2 kids in my house.
That's what I was saying, bro.
But if some 20-year-old fucking wants to go, be on camera all day and get fucking their pillow farted on for money, I'll happily represent them, make sure they get paid well, and take my cut.
Dude, that's so fucking funny. Yo, like, I feel this is like another wave. Like MLM days, I remember content creators and influencers were linking up to create content about that, and then trading guys and ecom dudes, and now we got crypto people. Like, let people create, let them do what they do. Is it
That's
cringe?
my biggest fear.
What?
Like, can you imagine, like, have a baby and you're like, okay, honey, so here's this OnlyFans site and this is the only way to do it, honey. Like, that's my biggest fear, because this is all that's left, man. Like,
no, it's
they
not.
Don't want to be the janitor.
It's not.
No, I'm telling you, like,
but where'd the whole OnlyFans part come from?
I'm just saying they fart on your face or they whatever. Like, do you guys
feels
not
like you're
watch
projecting a little bit there. There's like a lot of choices. You went OnlyFans first.
I went there because I'm saying, like, if you had a little girl.
Oh no! Fuck! Oh, hold on.
Oh she didn't get a chance to respond.
Fuck! I was clicking that. Damn it! Yeah, sorry, guys. It was fun though. It was fun, and Will's laughing. At least we're still live here. Oh my god, dude! I hate Twitter sometimes. If you click, because I clicked on another space by accident, and it just exited out.
Hey, do you see why this is better than Spaces though? Because you can't never be rugged here.
That's fact. Oh, you're fucking right. You're so right. Yeah. Thank you guys for pulling up to today's show. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, right? Will, you're not off, huh?
Yeah. Same time. Who's running?
You're not off tomorrow, so not earlier. That was a good treat for everybody.
I think people like this time. I know you didn't like it, but I think people like this time.
No, the thing is, it's not that I don't like it. It's that it's a weird. I'm not gonna lie, my energy's kind of low, so I gotta be like, ugh. But aside from that, the 6 to 8, like before 8 Eastern is not bad. Like it's before 7:30, whatever. It's not that bad. it's just some people are already checking out, dinner time, all of that, and then there's like another wave, like in an hour. But I don't want to do anything serious after 9 o'clock on the spaces, so we'll keep this time. We're definitely testing out what works, what doesn't. Will keeps arguing with me. I think we should just stream on one platform. I think we should just start that. We should see how that goes, but we'll test. We'll see. But yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Sorry that we rugged. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Special guests, more giveaways. If you don't have a BZ account, link in my bio. And yeah, I already put the reminder for tomorrow in the link in the Spaces link. So peace out.
You might want to invite Melina for tomorrow so she can respond.
Yeah, we invite her for tomorrow. Will, don't go anywhere yet. I'm just gonna end the stream real quick. Hold on.